Have you ever asked yourself, what legacy am I going to leave behind? What are people going to say about me when I'm gone? I know it's kind of a deep question, and I'm not trying to get all up in your feels. However, I am trying to trigger you to think about things that matter. And what I want to tell you is that legacy is not something that you leave behind. Legacy is something that you live every day by the way you show up for your family, by the way you show up for your clients, by the way you show up for yourself. Legacy is something that we are building every single day by the habits that we have developed, the decisions that we make, the conversations that we have. All of those things are what lead up to your legacy. So let me tell you about the day that my definition of legacy shifted. I was at this very conference table. Once a year, I met with my financial advisor. His name is Jason. He's now one of my great friends and business partner. Every year he would say, "So what do you want to do this year?" And I would set a bunch of goals and I would go accomplish them. Because you see, I used to think that legacy was what we achieved. It wasn't until my world was shattered that I realized that legacy is not the things that you achieve. It's the people that you impact along the way. It's the pieces of you that you leave behind in others. That's your legacy. And so he asked me what I wanted to do, and I said I wanted to go be a bartender in Puerto Rico. And he said, "That sounds like fun. However, God has more in store for you." And that one conversation changed the trajectory of my whole life. Everything that you see here today in my life is because of that one conversation. One person believing in me and seeing more in me than I saw in myself. One person reaching down to me when I was in my valley of despair and pulling me out. Now, he didn't physically pull me out, but he gave me encouragement. And that's what legacy is all about. So there are 5 F's that I have found that have laid the foundation for my life and decisions that I make. I want to share those with you, and I want you to consider making those part of your new foundation. That's faith, family, finances, fitness, and fun. So you might have a different rule book that you go by, but these 5 things have always been an anchor to me. And that is actually what has kept me going. Now, maybe I wasn't always going in the right direction. I never stopped going. And that's why it is so important to find people or be the person that is a beacon and a guide to others. Be a compass, be a map, show the way. And that is the objective of the Live Legacy Now podcast. Every week I want to come to you with actionable items that can improve the quality of your life or the quality of others. I want to equip you to be a better leader. I want you to lead yourself better. I want you to lead your family better. I want you to lead your career better. John Maxwell is one of my mentors, and he says that our job is to train and equip leaders to go train and equip leaders. Because see, then whenever you equip others to go impact others, then your impact doesn't just add value to others, it multiplies. And that's what we're here to do, is multiply our value. And at the end of every podcast, we're going to have a 3, 2, 1. 3 things you learned, because you really need to reflect on what you learned so that you can regurgitate it and it becomes part of you. 2 things you're going to share with someone else, because as soon as you share the information that you've learned, it also comes into you and then maybe can help someone else. And 1 thing that you are going to go do. One of my other mentors, Brian Buffini, says, education without implementation is only entertainment. And while I do find myself pretty entertaining, I am not here to entertain you. I'm here to educate you so that you can improve the quality of your life and the quality of everyone's life around you. Because as you grow and improve, your world around you is going to grow and improve. 3, 2, 1 for today. 3 things that you learned. Number 1, legacy is not something you leave behind. Legacy is something that you're living right now. Number 2, The power of your words can change someone's life. And number 3, today could be that day that you get the opportunity to either receive information from someone that changes your life or give information that changes someone else's life. The 2 things that you're going to share. You're going to share this podcast because you're going to want other people to listen and tune in, because every week we're going to talk about one of those 5 F's. It's not always going to be about real estate, although I do own a real estate brokerage right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Real estate is my vehicle to create a income to do all the other things that can impact the lives of others. So every week we're going to either talk about faith, family, fitness, fun, or finances, and how each one of those things can impact the value of your life. 2 things you're going to share. You're going to share this podcast so someone else can benefit from it. And you're going to go find someone who has positively impacted your life, and you're going to thank them. And the other one thing that you are going to do is you're going to subscribe and like and share and listen. And you can always message me because I want to be a part of your journey. I am now a part of your journey. Thing that you might need, if I have not done it or lived it, then I will find someone who has. What you see is what you get. I woke up this morning, I prayed, I went to the gym, I started riding on my real estate vehicle. I'm going to see my family, and we're going to have some fun. And that's what I want you to do along the way. I want you to live your legacy now, because it's not something you leave behind. It's something that you put in and pour into other people. And as you do that, you are going to see the quality of your life grow. And I always want you to remember, you are valuable. And I cannot wait to see you next week. So go live your legacy now. Share this with other people, subscribe, and let's have a great week.